And the first one, getting about ready to get underway. And what do you guys think about the Magic here so far in this one?
And they've done a nice job here offensively to establish a rhythm and a pace to this game.
And I like that they're finding ways to score, playing well here, Steve.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for Charlotte, Ross in at shooting guard. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Vonleh. Then it's Lance Stevenson, and it's Williams at the 1 spot. Orlando leading.
A theme that has unfortunately come up for this Orlando franchise is their inability to keep a franchise talent for long. Of course, you think both about Shaq and Dwight Howard and their exits.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
And stolen by Harris. Ross against Oladipo. Pass to O'Quinn. Harris kicks to Gordon. Back to Harris. Good ball movement here by the Magic. And here's Fry from the arc. They get the rebound. O'Quinn, the dish to Oladipo. A beautiful reverse layup. Oladipo's got his second. Basket of the night.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, Kevin, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is developing his jump shot, but he's got everything else in his game as coach. Clifford said, first, he's an A1 competitor, and he's one of the few guys in the league that can night in and night out defend primary scorers and make it hard on them. He's team first. He just brings so much to our team. Gentlemen, back to you.
A great energy player, Doris. Thanks. Count the bucket. And it's a 6-point Magic lead.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double teaming. They've got to get their defense in gear.
For 3, Ross. Charlotte no good that time either. Orlando leading by 6. And here's Oladipo. A 17-point game for him in the win against Atlanta.
And when you talk about his scoring, Kevin, I mean, with the defense trying to pressure him, I thought he did a really nice job of getting them to overcommit, and you know, that's how he got himself to the free throw line.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier. You know, that's a problem he has. I mean, not being able to knock down that open jumper. I think it happens far too often.
The feed to Gordon. Lets it go from deep. That's good. Gordon's got the lead up to 9 now for Orlando.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Williams passes to Biyombo. Poked loose. Gordon up on top. He's guarded by Williams. And Oladipo kicks the fry. Outside Gordon. Pass to Oladipo. 6 to shoot. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Beautiful job angling his body, shielding the big man from the ball on his way to the basket.
That's really the only way to do it if you're going to take it down there amongst the tall trees.
So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Al Jefferson's checked in for Biyombo. Cody Zeller comes in for Vonleh. Ryan Roberts is checked in for Lance Stevenson. And it's Kemba Walker in for Mo Williams.
Quite an interesting upbringing for Victor Oladipo. His mother and father immigrated from Nigeria. Ethic in their children. But his father in particular didn't really approve of his son's focus on basketball. But Victor was undeterred.
Up it goes, and the Magic lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from Ross.
Well, you know, he has shot the ball well, but it has not been contagious. And his teammates, they haven't had the same groove, and that's why we're looking at this result so far.
Gordon dishes to Fry. Back to Gordon from outside the arc. Can't get it to go. And Charlotte will go the other way with it.
And Oladipo growing up the only son among 4 children with a strict, somewhat distant father. In a lot of ways, his coaches and teammates became a kind of second family when he latched on to his coaches for guidance. Boy, how's that for a quick possession?
Yeah, it sure was. I mean, he didn't waste any time getting down the court, did he?
Hornets trail by 11. Walker the pass to Roberts. From outside, off the mark. And the story goes that Oladipo in his sophomore year in high school broke his foot. And Clark, rather than stay home, he went to practices and ran the scoreboard, even swept the gym, I'm told.
Yeah, he said he didn't want the coaches to forget about him, Kevin. Just a true gym rat mentality, and that's part of the reason he's played as well as he has in the NBA.
And Walker kicks to Jefferson. Back to Walker. Here's Ross. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Ross has got 11. 1:07 left in the second quarter. Now here's Gordon. 14 points from him the last game against Atlanta.
And a gigantic game for him at the free throw line. I mean, he was initiating contact and really hunting those whistles from the referees.
Fires from 14. He squares up and sinks it. 46 seconds left here in the second.
Not sure if they're aware of the 2-for-1 opportunity they have.
Well, they need to be.
Kicks it to Oladipo. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Zeller's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Zeller setting the pick for Walker. He kicks it to Jefferson. Ross with a screen on Gordon. Walker with it. Picked up by Harris. Shot by Roberts. No good.
Boy, they're trailing in this game, and they're starting to settle for jumpers offensively.
Well, and that's fine, but you can't really count on those to go. I think they should be fighting their way inside for higher percentage looks.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
No, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Magic out in front as they wrap up the second quarter with a tremendous 17-7 run. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, guys, with Nick here, what was the difference in how this team played as the first half progressed?
We toughened up a little bit. They were getting a lot of easy points, a lot of points around the paint, around the basket, and we just started playing more aggressive, playing hard on defensive end, and that got us going offensively too. So we just got to keep doing that, play hard, and should be fine.
Well done, Nick. We appreciate it. Guys, over to you.
Thanks, Doris. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter started.
All right, we've got some work to do, but it's not too late. Let's put our stamp on the second half. Now, a few things. I like the way we're valuing the basketball. Keeping those turnovers down has really helped us throughout the first two quarters. And I also don't like how useless we've been from three-point range. That shot has to be there for us much more than it has been. And I don't care what the score is right now. I still want us walking the ball up. If we push it,
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, anything can happen.
A lot of action in this one for Ross.
get up. You're going in.
Here we go.
Oladipo. And then for Charlotte, Biombo, he's checked in for Jefferson. Vonleh comes in for Zeller. And it's Williams in for Kemba Walker. Kyle O'Quinn out there with Vucevic. Then there's Gordon. Then there's Payton. And it's Harris in at the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. Stevenson dishes to Kid Gilchrist. 6 on the shot clock. Williams attacking. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
Boy, nice work inside. Tough to get that shot.
Charlotte making a switch here. Ross is checked in. We've got a moment now to go to a rookie watch and find out who among the NBA's freshman class have been the hottest shooters. You take a look at Ross. Leading the league in field goal percentage, he always gets good looks.
And his confidence is just going to keep growing if he continues shooting the ball like he has over the past month.
You know, it's really invaluable for a rookie to have a good stretch of play like that. It can really calm a first-year guy down and allow him to play at a high level.
Kid Gilchrist, the pass to Williams. Deep 2 from Ross. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. And that's 13 points for Big Cat.
Well, you can sense the urgency with them now. I mean, right here, they're flat in the first half. They come out here in the second half with a lot more fire and a lot more intensity. You can see they're driven to get things done.
Here's Vucevic, and the shot is good. Vucevic has got 6 points.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
Williams gets a screen from Ross. Williams kicks to Stevenson. Here's the screen. Ross for 3, and he gets it to go. Ross has got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, this is what happens when he gets on a roll. You are not going to see a better rhythm shooter than him.
Lance Stevenson, the all-time leading scorer in the history of high school basketball in New York State. And that's something when you consider Clark the great players who came before him.
Yeah, to be at the top of that list says a lot about his high school career. He actually led Lincoln High School to an unprecedented 4 straight city basketball championships. There's a reason His nickname is Born Ready.
Count it, and the Orlando lead has been cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Ross.
Yeah, he's been the key cog in their offense with the way he shot the ball.
His percentage today beyond impressive. Certainly not his fault the score is what it is.
And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's not very often you can say this about the future is looking pretty bright and sharp.
So often the season ends and you're thinking about the issues you've got to deal with, but right now the Hornets headed in a good direction.
And for Charlotte, as you said, part of it is feeling good with their direction, but also they should feel good that they actually have a direction after the way the last few years have been.
And the Hornets making a change here. Roberts checked in. Here's Ross. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Ross has got 20 points.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half. Having a direction, as you mentioned, had been a problem with Charlotte because they seemed to change their minds every year about who they were going to be. And they did it for the last decade or so. Now it seems as though the base is solid and they've got an idea of how they want to build and who they want to build around. And they've got a group that can grow together.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. It's hauled in by the Magic. They've led by as many as 14 points.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area they just can't afford to get lazy with.
I think the effort's been there, Steve, but they're still getting outworked just by a skosh.
And it's Vucevic missing.
And they forced the miss with that good defensive rotation. They're playing well together as a unit.
And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the 4th. Who will carry the day? Magic lead by 7. And we're just moments away from the start of the 4th quarter. Stay with us. And now we present our State Farm assist of the game. With 5 total assists in the game, we've seen some great passing tonight from Peyton.
And his passing ability is why they make sure the offense runs through him on a regular basis. Just great assists like the one we just saw.
Hornets trail by 7, and on the court for Charlotte as we start the 4th. At the 3, MKG and Cody Zeller at the 4. Ryan Roberts out there with Kemba Walker. And it's Jefferson in at the 5 spot.
Really high quality shot there, just a little off with his release.
That miss right there.
No shot. Watch it, Connor.
Orlando's gotten the 3-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. Now Peyton. And so it's Orlando winning this one. It was